I think.
Well, good evening and happy Thanksgiving, and welcome to Christenberry Fieldhouse on the campus of Augusta University. Along with Blake Collins, I'm John Patrick, and we're getting set for Augusta University Jaguar basketball. It's the first doubleheader of the season as the Benedict Tigers come calling on the Jags. The Jags 1-2 on the year, coming off a win sort of on the road at Payne College on the 17th. As they beat Payne 69-52 after opening up the season with consecutive losses to Barton and Southern Wesleyan. The Tigers coming into this ball game with a record of 2-1. We are going to pause for our national anthem, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups for you as the Jaguars take on the Tigers from Benedict. And let's go over the starting lineups for this evening's ball game. First of all, for the Tigers from Benedict, James Rice is their head coach. Starting at guard, a 5'8 sophomore from Coral Springs, Florida, number 1, Ayanna Armstead. Starting at guard, a 5'10 senior from Randallstown, Maryland, number 15, Essence Stinnett. Starting at forward, a 6'2 sophomore from Blackwood, New Jersey, number 22, Ayanna Bay. Starting at forward, a 6'1 sophomore from Columbia, South Carolina, number 33, Cameron Bostock. And starting at forward, a 6'2 senior from Lilburn, Georgia, number 40, Andressa Smith. And now for the Jaguars, as I mentioned, coming into this ball game with a record of 1-2, Millette Green in her second year, Lauren Johnson, LaRon Freeman, Kevin Kenny, Renwich Lee, LaKoya Terry, and Tanisha Campbell are the assistant coaches. Starting at guard, 5'3 senior from Evans, Georgia, number 0, Mallory Myers. Starting at forward, a 5'11 junior from Tucker, Georgia, number 1, Quinlan Hughes. Starting at forward, a 5'11 senior from Ackworth, Georgia, number 11, Brianna Middleton. Starting at guard, a 5'7 junior from Newport News, Virginia, number 15, Cameron Wilson. And starting at forward, the 6' senior from Tifton, Georgia, number 25, Monisha Goldsboro. Jag are in the home white. The Tigers are in the yellow. The Jags will be moving from left to right on your screen as we get set for basketball. It's our first doubleheader of the season. Men will take on the Tigers in the second game. The men are 2-1. The men from Benedict are 0-3. We'll get to that, so here we go.
And John, it's going to be really interesting, too, to see after the Jags secured their first win last game. It's going to be interesting to see how they settle down and how they build off of that and create more chemistry to create more offense as well.
Well, they played pretty well in the last half against Southern Wesleyan, although they lost that ball game.
Absolutely they did.
Tigers start the ball game with the basketball.
And as we mentioned, it's a fairly young unit that head coach Millette Green has on the court, so it may take a little bit of time for them to build that chemistry up. But like we were just talking about, they have done a phenomenal job, not only against Payne, but that last game as well.
Three-pointer from Bostic is no good. Jags are up the court with the basketball now. Mallory setting up the offense. It's it to Brianna, who drives into the lane, passes back out to Mallory. She loses the handle and then commits the foul.
And that's just tight defense and running across the top of the key there. Just a split-second anticipation, getting that hand in just before the ball was passed to Mallory. Great anticipation there. They almost came away with a steal, but we got a dead ball.
My mistake. The foul was on the Tigers. Essence Stinnett committed the foul, so the Jags get the basketball back. Quinlan will inbound and gets it to Mallory.
Good decision to throw it over because that was a tight coverage on the inbound there by Benedict.
Cameron, and we're going to have I think she stepped on the line. Quinlan stepped on the line as she caught the basketball. Turnover for the Jags.
I'd like to see the Jags kind of minimize those type of mistakes, mental and physical errors, so to speak, in a game like this, especially the day before Thanksgiving. Great prelude to Thanksgiving. You want to kind of see them kind of minimize that and play to the best of their ability.
Three-point shot taken by Armstead was no good. Got another foul on the Tigers. This one is on Andressa Smith. It is her first, team second. Cameron will inbound.
Benedict's playing aggressive defense thus far in this particular contest between the Tigers and the Jags with the ladies. We'll see if they can keep that up and put pressure on the Jags.
Mallory drives down the lane, throws up the left-handed shot. It's good.
She is so quick and so swift, especially in a lane driving down when there's not much traffic by her, and when there is, she has the ability to create separation just like she did there.
Score the basket for Smith, and we're tied at 2. Brianna now takes it baseline, gets it across to Cameron, who thinks about the three and travels.
It's a good setup and a good assist by Brianna, walking that baseline, then wrapping around that pass to the open target for the Jags, but just got a little bit too carried away on the back end to keep the ball on the Jags' possession.
fighting to get it across midcourt. And they do with a second to spare. Inside, shot was short, followed up, no good. Followed up, still no good. And Brianna comes down with the rebound. Brianna goes inside. Ball is batted away from Monisha. Three from the right side is good for Ayana Ray. Her first three, and they're up 5-2.
Yeah, phenomenal range by Ray there. That's what happens, though, when the Jags collapse the far side there, opened up the near side, and they found the open receiver in Ray, and she just collapsed a three on the Jags.
Monisha could not convert. Stinnett with the basketball, gets it over to Armstead, back to Stinnett, back to Armstead. Gonna have a foul on Monisha. It'll be her first, it'll be the team's second.
And so far, Benedict is creating great ball movement underneath in the paint. So that way, when the Jags come to trap them underneath, they're able to execute, assist, and pass to get out of it at a very quick rate. And you're seeing them benefit from that with going to the line.
Smith at the line for the free throws. First one is no good. Some wholesale changes for both teams. Kiera Howard in for the Jags. Jalen Outman in for the Jags. Second free throw is also no good. And Jag basketball.
Tigers are looking to play it. Thought they were going to play for a trap defense there, but they were playing man-to-man, and now a little bit of a discrepancy where the inbound is going to be. The Jags have it on their side as they get ready to inbound.
Asia Harrison with the basketball now for the Jags. Right side to Cameron. Back to Asia. Seven on the shot clock. They try to work it inside. Brianna's shot is no good. She draws the foul.
Love the way there Brianna, though, used her back to kind of cushion the space for her to catch the ball, then pivot, and then try for the 2 points. Great play there by Brianna, and a good job of creating the contact to send her to the line.
Foul was on Octavia Hawkins, her first, team's third. Brianna will go to the line to shoot a pair. First one is good. And Brianna makes them both. A little bit of pressure applied by the Jags, not a whole lot. And a travel is going to be called on Armstead. Waves off the basket.
That's where the mind went 2 steps further than the hands on that play, and then the travel comes in, and a costly turnover by Benedict as they're only ahead now by 1.
Asia with the basketball, drives down the lane, and she gets fouled. That'll be on Armstead. I'm sorry, Mahogany Randall committed that foul. Her first. Team's fourth already. Foul on the Jags. It's on Kiera Howard. No, yes, foul on the Jags. All alone inside. Little turnaround shot, no good. Brianna pulls down the rebound.
She did a good job of boxing out there, something that I would look for Benedict to improve on as well.
Right side three, no good. Follow up by Asia. By Jalen. Jalen Outman with the basket. Olivia Swanston in the game for the Jags. Olivia can shoot the three. Score the basket there for Ayana Ray. 7-6, Tiger lead. About midway through the first quarter. Gonna have a foul inside. Gonna be on the Tigers. Gonna be on Ayana Bay. It is her first. We've got our media timeout. Benedict leads the Jags 7-6. .449 to go, first quarter. Jags down 7-6. Brianna Middleton heading to the line. She's got 2 on the evening from the line. First free throw is good. Makes them both. Monisha Goldsboro checks back in for the Jags. Brianna sits. Again, a little bit of pressure applied by the Jags, little trap defense. Left side three finds the bottom for Jasmine Golson.
Yeah, that shot was all money, especially with her hand in her face. Contesting the shot very well, the Jags did, but when you have that kind of accuracy, it's hard to do.
Quickly down the court come the Tigers, throw up shot and then make the basket there for, again, Jasmine Golson. 4 quick points for Golson, and Jags down 4.
Well, that didn't really develop, but then Golson made the fast break opportunity happen. She just exploded when she got the ball in her hands, and the Jags could not catch up to her, and thus the simple layup to convert on the 2, and they're up by 4.
10 on the shot clock for the Jags. Defensive pressure again, giving the Jags some trouble. They will inbound with 7 on the shot clock. Olivia Swanston checks out. Mallory Myers back in for the Jags, as is Cameron Wilson. Cameron having a hard time getting it in. 5 seconds.
That was phenomenal. Hands, feet movement on the defense by the Tigers at all times. Nowhere for the Jags to put the basketball. It's a 5-second violation, and now the Tigers have it back in their control.
Ray with the basketball, swings it left. Get it back out top of the key to Golson. And that shot is no good. Asia right side, cross court. Cameron for the left side, for the right side, three is good.
Cameron had a quick release on that shot. Not much arch to it, but a quick release caused that to settle in and float up and straight in for the money shot.
Stinnett with the basketball, dishes back out. Gets it to Essence Jordan. Try to go inside, and the Jags kick the ball out of bounds. .15 back on the shot clock for the Tigers. Yeah, that's going to be a foul called on Mallory Myers. Looks like she got all ball, but it's Mallory's third team foul.
It's a tough break, but on the bright side, at least it wasn't a shooting foul that would cost the Jags even more.
Cameron Wilson races up the court, cannot convert. No foul on the play. Tigers back up the court quickly.
Good job by the Jags defense to get back on defense.
We've got a whistle from the scrum, and I think we have a foul. That was on Essence Jordan, her first. It does put the Jags at the line, sixth team foul here in the last 2.5 minutes of the quarter.
Benedict has got to be careful because every other foul they commit after this is going to send the Jags to the line, and they don't want to give away free points when it's this tight in the ballgame. Even though it's early, you still don't want the Jags to have free points to either tie it or push ahead like they're trying to do.
Cameron makes them both, and the Jags are back on top. 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Quickly inside. Shot is put up and no good. The follow-up is put up and no good. Brianna comes down with the rebound. Ball is batted out of bounds, but it stays with the Jags.
Love the Jags' tenacity because even though they were in a position to get the rebound, the shooter for the Tigers had the base and her body turned to the court. So she was almost boxing out the Jags, but the Jags were tenacious and fought to get the rebound.
Mallory pulls up, takes the shot, makes the shot. All alone inside, cannot convert, and the Jags dodge a bullet and come away with the basketball.
Yeah, just a collapsing coverage there on the defense left a huge open gap that the Tigers almost exploited.
Asia tries driving down the right side, cannot convert. Tigers up the court. Driving all the way through three Jags. Mallory again quickly up the court, sees Brianna, cannot convert that, dishes it back out. Asia pops the three, short.
And Asia had a pretty good look at the shot too. She just came up just a touch too shy.
Stinnett back with the basketball, left side three, bottoms for Ayanna Armstead. We've got a whistle. We've got a player lost a shoe. Asia lost a shoe. And Asia's going to come out anyway. Olivia Swanston's back in. Last minute of the quarter, tied at 15.
if Benedict can continue to shoot money from three-point land like they have been over the past several minutes, it is going to be tough for the Jags to stay alive. So might want to look at working the perimeter, then collapsing the paint.
Mallory swings it right side. Olivia goes inside. Brianna with a turnaround spin. No good. Plenty of Tigers to get that rebound. Going to be a travel called. Armstead took a step.
Trying to be 3 steps ahead of where she was, cost her in the mental mind frame of that play, and now it gives the Jags a prime opportunity to pull ahead.
Cameron drives down the lane, puts up the shot, no good. Bay with the rebound. Up the court come the Tigers. Bay takes the three-pointer, that is short. And Quinlan pulls down that rebound. This could be the last shot of the quarter. Olivia for 3, no good. Tries putting it up again. That one is no good, and that's going to be your first quarter. We played 1. And your score, Benedict 15, the Jags 15. Back at Christenberry Fieldhouse on the campus of Augusta University, as it's our first doubleheader of the season. The Benedict Tigers coming to call. We played 1 quarter. We're tied at 15. Tigers were 6 of 17 from the field for 35%. Jags 4 of 15 for 27%. Tigers were 3 of 7 shooting threes for 43%. The Jags were 1 of 4. Tigers missed both of their free throws. The Jags made all 6 of theirs. We are tied at 15 as we get set for quarter number 2.
Yeah, those free throw variations are a huge reason as to why we are tied. And also, as you mentioned, with the threes from Benedict being money as well.
Cameron gets the ball inbound to Mallory. Quinlan, Mallory, Brianna, Olivia. All on the court for the Jags. Mallory goes inside to Brianna. Brianna takes it baseline, dishes back out. Cameron for 3, that's no good. Olivia pulls down that rebound. That ball did not hit the rim, so there's no new shot clock, and then the Jags throw it away. Armstead with the interception. Back down the court for the Tigers.
That was all set up too by phenomenal baseline defense by Bay.
Long 3 for Golson. She's got 6. They're up 3. Mallory top of the key. They've got 10 left on the shot clock. That's going to be a foul on the Tigers. Foul's going to be on Cameron Bostic. It's going to be her first. Going to be the team's first.
Yeah, they tried to get him in a position to take the charge, but just could not get there fast enough.
Jalen back in the game for the Jags. She's got the basketball. Throws the ball away. Get the ball down the court. Score the basket for Ayana Bay. Tigers are up 5 now. Whistle and a foul on the Tigers. Foul's on Ayana Bay. It's her second foul, team's second foul. Asia will check back in for Olivia. Asia drives inside. Basket will not count. Foul, I think, is going to be on Cameron Bostic. It's her second foul on Bostic, team's third foul.
Yeah, the Tigers aren't backing down with the aggressive defense, and the way they're shooting lights out from three-point land, you'll take it.
Nice turnaround for Brianna Middleton. She's got 6. Left side 3 again, that misses. Cameron gets the rebound, Mallory up the court. Right side into Jalen, who got a whistle and a foul, I believe, on the Tigers again. This one's on Andresha Smith, her second, team's fourth. Jags a foul away from the bonus. Asia drives down the lane, throws up the shot, no good. Brianna with the follow-up, good.
She was sort of boxed out as well, but with Middleton there, but Middleton had the strength and the height to her advantage, just reached back, brought back the rebound, and then put it back up.
Ball is almost intercepted by Cameron. Tigers get the ball inbound deep. Getting the roll is Cameron Bostic. First 2 of the night for Bostic.
But Jalen Altman there for the Jags had tremendous baseline defense, even though the Tigers converted on that too.
Foul's on Andresa Smith. She's now picked up 3, and that is the 5th team foul already for the Tigers. The Jags will have 7 minutes and 21 seconds to shoot bonus free throws.
If the Jags can convert on more than 50% of their free throws throughout the rest of this game, with it as aggressive as this defense from the Tigers is, they'll be in good shape. But the fact that the Jags haven't been able to do that thus far has not been able to put the Tigers in a scenario where they're fretting too much, and with this aggressive defense, they're coming out on the top end of their aggressive defense and playing that really well.
Brianna misses her first free throw of the night. Gonna have a foul, gonna have a travel. Gonna be a turnover. Essence Stinnett travels. Mallory with the basketball. Swings it left to Asia. Asia now comes top of the key. They swing it right. Jalen left side, no good. Tigers up the court with the basketball now. Olivia Swanston will check back in. Go inside on the height differential and score the basket for Cameron Bostic.
That's like a quarterback throwing the pass where only the wide receiver can get it. That time, point guard for the Tigers threw it to where only her forward could reach it, to where there were no defenders that could have reached that, and then the Tigers capitalized with the 2.
Cameron gets it batted away by Bostic. Tigers up the court, up by 4. Wilson with the basketball, gets it over to Armstead. Back to Stinnett. Golston right side 3, high arcing shot, bottoms.
They're creating money all day long from the three-point land out on the perimeter, and the Jags have yet to try to figure out a way to stifle the three-point ability of the Tigers.
Asia backs for the three. That's got a bank. That's no good. Golston on the right side, swings it back top of the key. Stinett's three-pointer is short. And we're going to call that for the Jags. Olivia Swanston will check back in. Jalen will sit. Monisha Goldsboro will check back in. Asia will sit. Jags find themselves down 7. 5:23 to go, second quarter. Glory Morton in the game for the Tigers.
As Golston takes a break.
Monisha top of the key. Got to get back inside to Monisha. Right side shot good for Mallory Myers. The lefty has 7.
You give her that good of a look at the basket, she will be nothing but money from that range. She's been on target all the time when she has been given that much room.
Travel called on Stinnett. Turnover for the Tigers. We've got ourselves a media timeout. 4:43 to go in the half. Tigers lead the Jags 27-22. .443 to go in the second quarter. Jags find themselves down 5, 27-22. It was 15-15 after 1. Jags have been outscored 12-7 here in this second period. Mallory with the basketball now. Gets it to Monisha. Cameron in the game. Olivia in the game. Brianna with the basketball. Nice pass there. Mallory's got 10 on the shot clock. Again, looks inside for Brianna. Brianna swings it to Cameron, and again, Cameron finds herself stepping on the line. That's twice tonight that's happened to her.
And it's put down some pretty good drives to the basket for the Jags, and they've had a chance on both attempts to create offense with pretty good looks to the basket. So it's a break for the Tigers, but can they capitalize?
Reach and foul on Monisha. That's going to be her second. Team second. Oh, I'm sorry, team's first foul. Now I think we have the team's second foul. Again on Monisha Goldsboro, her third. She'll be checking out. Quinlan back in. We will not see Monisha the rest of this half. Stinnett with the basketball right side. Anthony takes the drive, no good. And Quinlan with the basketball now. Decides to go all the way and drive through the Tigers, and that didn't work. That's going to be a palming the basketball on Sydney Anthony. Turnover for the Tigers.
She had a great lane to drive through too. Just a mental mistake there gives the Jags a second chance to creep back up into this ball game.
Quinlan is out, Jalen is in. Jalen goes inside to Brianna. Brianna left alone, score 2.
There was a quick stutter step after Brianna stopped that drew the attention of the Tigers, and as she went around that, busted it wide open, and then she created the space to drain the 2.
11 points for Brianna. She breaks up that pass, and the Jags have the basketball back. Jalen gets it to Mallory. Mallory now comes in, little left-hander too hard. Morton with the rebound. Morton now with the two-pointer that finds the bottom.
Tight defense there by Olivia as well, but when you're hot, and when you can create money like she's doing from that range, it's going to be a dadgum good night for her.
Jags down 5, 2:30 to go in the half. Jalen gets it to Mallory now. 10 on the shot clock. Fade away from Galen from the free throw line. That did hit the rim, so the Jags get the ball back, and Mallory saves that. Jalen for 3, no good. Olivia almost pulls down that rebound, but doesn't. Stinnett with the basketball now.
Yeah, Jalen just puts that a little bit too far to the left as she was releasing the shot.
Tie up for the basketball will go to the Tigers. And the Tigers want a timeout. 2 minutes to go in the half. They're up 29-24. Back to action here at Christenberry Fieldhouse. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Our first double header of the season. The first time we've seen the men at Christenberry this year. Jags find themselves down 5 to the Tigers. Tigers come into this ball game 2-1. Jags are 1-2, coming off that road win and the in-city rivalry with Payne. Got a whistle and a foul on the Jags. That might be on Brianna.
Yeah.
That'll be Brianna's first foul.
Had a good student and Augusta faithful turnout on that Payne game as well, as it's looking like we might have here on the night before Thanksgiving.
Not really sure how that was a foul, but it's going to be a foul. That's on Mallory. First foul on Mallory. New shot clock for the Tigers. They work it inside. Again, the shot taken no good. Still Tiger basketball. Jags got a hand on it, pushed it out of bounds.
Stalwart defense there by Olivia to stand tall and then create the awkward shot there to have it sail over the rim.
Stinnett goes left side. Long three-pointer is no good, but the Tigers pull it down. The little turnaround shot is no good. Jags commit that foul. Armstead will go to the line for the Tigers.
The toughness there by Armstead, too. She was the one that pulled down the rebound. Even though she was boxed out, she was able to squeeze her hands in between her and I think Cameron was the one who was boxing her out, getting it back out, then rewarded with that opportunity. Now she's at the line.
First foul on Cameron. 5th team foul. First free throw is good. And makes them both. Jags down 7. Last 90 seconds of the half. Jalen looks inside for Brianna. Now gets it out to Mallory. Again, they keep looking inside for Brianna. That shot is no good. Too hard from Jalen. Stinnett with the basketball. And a travel on Jasmine Golson.
She's been a really lights out shooter. That time she tried to do a little bit extra penetration there and she got caught.
Jalen for the 3 from the top of the key. That's in and out. Foul on the Tigers. I believe it's going to be on Essence Stinnett. Her second foul puts Brianna back on the line. She's got 11 here in the first half. Free throw is no good. Kiera Howard back in the game for the Jags. Olivia Swanston will sit.
This shot will be the difference between 2 threes if the Jags want to come back and deadlock this game, or 2 consecutive 4-point plays, but it's still a 2-possession game whether she makes this or misses it as well.
That one is short, and Hawkins comes down with it. Left side 3 falls for Armstead. She's got 10, and they're now up 10. Jags might hold for the last shot. Clock shot is off.
Aggressive defense is paying off big time now for the Tigers.
Cameron throws up the right-handed hook shot's no good. Tigers will throw up the shot. Good if it goes, and it does not. And 8/10 of a second left. Jags will go to the locker room trailing by 10. And that's the first half. And the Tigers lead the Jags 34-24. And welcome back to Christenberry Fieldhouse on the campus of Augusta University. We are at halftime of our first game, and the Tigers from Benedict lead the Jags 34-24. Taking a look at some of the first half stats, Tigers were 13 of 31 from the field for 42%. Jags 8 of 31 from the field for 26%. Tigers were 6 of 14 shooting threes for 43%. Jags were only 1 of 8 for 12%. Tigers were 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. Jags were 7 of 10. Ayana Armstead leads the Tigers with 10 points. Jasmine Goldson has 9. Ayana Bay with 7. Cameron Bostic has 4. Glory Morton with 2. And Dresa Smith with 2. For the Jags, led in scoring by Brianna Middleton with 11. Mallory Myers has 6. Cameron Wilson with 5. Jalen Outman with 2. Jags find themselves down 10 here at the half, outscored 19-9 in the second quarter as we get set for quarter number 3. Jags will have the basketball to begin the quarter. Cameron Wilson will inbound. And here we go. Mallory with the basketball now.
And a good way to stop that aggressive defense for the Jags this half is ball movement and great footwork to stop the aggressiveness of the Tigers here.
Quinlan's shot is no good. Tigers come away with the rebound up the court. First 3 of the second half is short. Quinlan goes inside to Monisha. Monisha tries to dish off to Cameron. That pass wasn't hard enough, and the Tigers come away with it, and we've got a whistle.
Yeah, great vision, but just not enough muster on it. And I think the Tigers actually got a hand on the ball to deflect it a little bit.
I'm not sure why we have a whistle. Tigers make a change. And we've got more whistles. Might have been what it was. Might have been a loss of contact. And that coach saw it on the floor. That's pretty good. Starrett with the basketball. They go inside to Armstead. Armstead scores the basket, +1.
A great job there by Armstead off the feed from the top of the key, realizing driving through and forcing the contact through the lane. Very good vision to set up on the assist, and then the drive through. Phenomenal play all the way around by the Tigers.
Foul on Cameron Wilson. Her second. 3-point play is good. Quinlan on the left side goes inside. Monisha dishes back out. 3-pointer is going to bank itself in for Cameron Wilson. Look what I found.
Yep. High arcing shot that just kisses off the glass. Barrels all the way through, and that's the first money shot for the Jags this half.
Yeah, it's going to be out of bounds. Turnover on the Tigers. Monisha checks out. Kaylin Jackson checks in for the Jags. Gets it to Kaylin. Back out. Quinlan. Cameron drives in, tries to dish off. Unsuccessfully, and the Tigers come away with it.
Good job on the assist, but just the wrong direction in the pass with traffic right in her face.
Starrett with the basketball, guarded by Mallory, dishes off. That's going to be a offensive foul on the Tigers. Foul was on Jabri Jones. Her first, team's first.
That was just a phenomenal job on the defensive end by Altman there, positioning herself, getting her base under, and then aggressively sitting there, bracing for the charge, and the Jags had the turnover.
Asia Harrison back in the game for the Jags. She's got the basketball. Nothing cooking there for the Jags. Mallory brings it back out. 7 on the shot clock. Cameron gets it in the corner. They got to put it up. 2 on the shot clock. Mallory, desperation shot goes in.
She is so sweet from a fadeaway jumper position, and just that little bit of separation on the fadeaway allowed her to get enough height on that to sink it straight through with a money shot.
Jags trying to apply some pressure. Score the basket there for Ayana Bay. She's got 9. They're back up 10.
Just when you think the Jags are creeping back up, Tigers are repositioning themselves, putting the pedal to the metal, and separating themselves once again.
Asia comes in, comes out, gets it to Cameron. Now she comes in again, tries to dish off. Jags will have 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Just enough time for a catch and a shoot.
If they can get it in. Shot is taken and no good. Shot clock violation, which mercifully kind of stops the fast break for the Tigers.
Yeah, because there was no way any of the Jaguars' defense was going to be able to even stand a chance at trying to defend that fast break.
Hawkins goes inside, score the basket for Ayana Bay.
Not very often that a center can sneak through, but when you have a forward that's just as tall as that, and there were 3 Jags concentrating on the forward, center sneaks on through, and a simple 2 converts.
Drive down the lane, foul is going to be on Bay. It's going to be her 3rd. It'll send Kalen to the line.
This is where the Jags would love to improve their free throw shooting, especially with as hot as the Tigers are with their 3-point shooting.
First free throw is good. Second one is not. Ball is batted in the air. That's going to be back court.
Good aggressive defense, giving the Tigers a dose of their own medicine, pays off dividends for the Jags.
Jags are down 11. Halfway through the 3rd. Brianna dishes off. That left side 3 is no good, but Brianna pulls down the rebound.
And a fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock as well.
Asia drives in the lane. Gets the ball partially blocked. Brianna pulls that down, puts the shot back up, no good. Golson comes away with it for the Tigers. Armstead. Back out to Hawkins. Again into the corner to Armstead, who goes inside. Golson with a turnaround, no good. Mallory lucky she wasn't called for over the back. We're going to have our media timeout. 4:52 to go, third quarter. Jags down 41-30. Back at Christenberry Fieldhouse on the campus of Augusta University, 4:52 to go, third quarter. Jags down 11. We got a foul, I believe, on the Jags. Asia Harrison committing the foul, her first, team second. Golson, shot is no good. Monisha pulls down the rebound, gets it to Asia. Jalen comes right side. Kalen goes inside. Monisha has it batted away. Armstead comes away with it. Golson for three, no good. Mallory finds the basketball, comes back up court.
It's a great job by the Jags, though, of tipping the ball into an area where they can grab the rebound, because that was going to be a highly contested rebound out of the gate.
Asia travels, turnover for the Jags. Olivia Swanston checks back in for the Jags. Quickly inside, nice pass. Olivia cannot prevent that from happening.
It's a good job there by the Tigers, and specifically Bostic there from jumping back instead of into the two Jags defenders, and the conversion on the two is good.
Kalen goes inside to Monisha. Monisha too far onto the basket. Olivia tries pulling it out, gets it back to Kalen. Asia now comes inside, dishes back out. Olivia for the three is no good. Armstead with the rebound. Driving in the lane, going to be a foul on the Jags. Jones will go to the line. On Kaylin Jackson, her first, team's third, but it will send the Tigers to the line. Jabri Jones there. makes the first free throw. Sydney Graydon checking in for the first time tonight for the Jags.
And with that foul as well, it's now the Jags, a little bit of pressure trying to stay away from the bonus, as that's a third team foul. It's usually the Tigers, their first couple of periods, that have been well above the Jags in that department, but the Jags have shot out in front 3-2 in the team foul department.
Jalen Outman checks in for the Jags. Asia with the basketball. Asia fires the three, misses everything. Armstead now with the basketball for the Tigers. She takes it all the way, throws up the shot, doesn't get the roll. Sydney pulls down the rebound and she gets fouled.
It's a good job of paint penetration underneath by the Jags, forcing the runaround shot there, and then Sydney on the rebound, just standing her ground. And now the Jags can reset their offense, going the full court, and see what they come up with here.
Fourth foul on Smith for the Tigers. She sits. Into the corner. That's two if it goes. It does not. Basket is waved off. Foul was on Bostic, her third. Jags will inbound, new 30-second clock. If they can't inbound and the ball is stolen away.
Defensive presence by the Tigers this particular game has been electric. Aggressive defense, standing tall on inbounds and in the paint.
Waved off. That's a foul. It's an offensive foul on the Tigers. I believe that's been called on Cameron Bostic. That is her fourth. That is the team's fifth foul. So the Jags will have some bonus shots coming here with 2 minutes to go in the quarter, and they could use them trailing by 15.
Absolutely, and it's going to be hard for an aggressive defense, given that, John, to stay extremely disciplined, even if it is for a short period of time.
Nice dish off to Sydney Graydon, who uses the backboard, something that happens all too infrequently in the women's game, and scores the basket. Left side for three is no good. And then we're going to have a foul, I believe, on Kaylin Jackson, but let's make sure. Nope. They called it on Asia. Her second foul, team's fourth.
And a rare miss and a wide open three by Golston for the Tigers. Break for the Jags, but they're in a pickle. Let's see if they can reset their defense now.
Ball is kicked and nothing is called. There had to be some travel going on there, but it was not called. Scrum for the basketball, and let's see who comes up with it. That'll be Tigers basketball.
It looked like Asia had it a little bit before she went down to the ground, and at the last split second, the Tigers regained possession of it, but what a fight down low for the basketball.
Cameron Wilson back in for the Jags as Swanston sits, and we're going to have an offensive foul. That one is called on Taylor Toney. Her first. Cameron bounces it off her foot. Turnover for the Jags. Armstead with the basketball now, takes the long three, that's good.
A little bit of confusion there from Cameron and Asia, allowed for the separation for the three to be converted because of the launch and the form on that three.
That foul is on Mahogany Randall, her second. Sends Asia to the line. Makes the first. Does not make the second. Nice pull down and a nice basket there for Jalen Altman. It was an odd three-point play, but a three-point play nonetheless. And then driving in and scoring the basket is Mahogany Randall.
Well, if you thought that would have sparked any life in the offense of the Jags, the momentum from that was just quelled right there by that basket from the Tigers.
That's a travel that's going to be called. Travel on Kiera. Basket does not count. Jags down 15. Shot clock is off. Ball is inbounded. Ball is almost lost by Armstead. Now the ball is lost. Jalen all alone scores the basket.
Good job of playing close and tight man-to-man defense in a trap situation right there, and they got the turnover.
Going to be an offensive foul there. That is going to be on Mahogany Randall, going to be her third. Randall will check out. Strozer is in for the Tigers. 13.5 to go in the quarter. Basket here would go a long way for the Jags.
Bring it back within 10.
Kiera drives down the lane, puts up the shot, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up and scores.
Tremendous body control throughout because she shot it off with the right hand, then she faded away and hooked it with the left. Tremendous body control there.
We've played three. Jags are down 50-39. Back at Kingsbury Fieldhouse as we get set for the fourth quarter. After three, the Tigers are 19 of 44 from the field for 43%. Jags have picked it up a little bit, 14 of 45 for 31%. The Tigers 7 of 18 shooting threes for 39%. The Jags just 2 of 13 for 15%. Armstead leads the Tigers with 16 points. Brianna Middleton with 11 for the Jags. As we get set for a fourth quarter. Jags with the basketball. Asia's got it. Drives in the lane, puts up the shot, no good. Armstead pulls down that rebound.
Good defense, even though it was all scattered by the Tigers, not allowing the Jags to penetrate far enough to convert.
Jags steal that basketball. Brianna with the steal.
That long reach of hers got the ball at the top of her fingers, pulled it back down like a wide receiver does in football.
Asia gets it right side to Cameron. Cameron to Kiera. Kiera puts up the shot, no good. Hawkins with a spin move. Almost throws the ball away. Armstead saves it. Gets it to Goldson. 7 on the shot clock. Shot is taken, no good. Batted around. Tigers get it back. Tie up for the basketball. That will be Tigers basketball.
But you do like the never say die attitude of the Jags there in trying to keep the possession alive and try to rip the ball out of the Tigers' hands.
Goldson gets it back to Armstead. And they go inside. Shot is taken and no good by Jones. And the Jags have the basketball, trying to make the comeback. Shot is short. That's going to be an offensive foul on Octavia Hawkins, her second, team's first of the final quarter.
You saw Asia there, the last second, get her bearings about her, get her base underneath her, and then took the physicality underneath. Great play by Asia.
Player not paying attention. She comes in the ball game. Stinnett in the game, back in the game for the Tigers. Cameron, swing it left. Cameron for 3, no good. Golson up the court with the basketball. Gets it over to Jones. Jones drives on a couple of Jags, loses the handle. Somewhat saved. Cross court. That's going to be a foul. Count the basket for Armstead. And she will go to the line for the +1. And she does convert the 3. Kiera with the basketball now for the Jags. Swing it left side, back out. Cameron top of the key. That 3 finds the bottom for Kiera Howard.
Nothing but the bottom of the net and money on top of it. A good decisive shot for the Jags, and it could be a swing in the momentum.
Back to within 11. Jones with the basketball on Wilson. All alone, left alone, and score the basket for Ayana Ray. Bay with another basket. Wilson drives in, cannot convert. Jones with the basketball, goes inside. Turnaround shot is no good for Armstead, but she is fouled. She will go to the line. Asia Harrison commits the foul, her second. First free throw is good for Armstead. And the second free throw is no good. Asia with the basketball. Drives in the lane, puts up the shot, no good. Follow-up is no good. Fight for the basketball, and we've got a foul. Jabri Jones commits that foul. It's her second. It'll be Jags basketball. Asia will inbound. Gets it to Brianna. Shot taken for Kiera, and that's two. Jags with the basketball back. Shot is up and no good. Fight for the basketball will go to the Jags.
Yeah, they had good offensive transitional play right there. Just could not get enough on the shot in traffic to secure the points, but they get a second chance on the inbound here. But one of the things that they've done really well, John, is shut down this particular quarter and a little bit of the final minutes in the last quarter of Golston, who had the hot hand in the three-point lane in the first half.
Ball's taken by Armstead. She will lay it up and score the basket and get the lead back to 14. Under 6 to go in the ball game. Jags tried to get it to single digits. That's 2 if it goes by Brianna. That's too hard. Again, they go back inside. No good. We're going to have a foul here on the Tigers. Foul's on Ayana Bay. It is her 4th foul. Shot is taken. That's going to be short for Kiera. And a foul on the Jags. Might be on Monisha. We'll see. It's on Kiera Howard. Her 4th foul. Team's 3rd foul. Dish off and no good. Follow up for the basketball is going to bounce off the Jags.
No.
Here's our media timeout. 4:55 to go in the ball game. Jags down 14. Under 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Jags find themselves down 14. They've got the basketball. There's a three from the right, from the left side. Good.
Great form, good arc on the shot, and then drops it in with nothing but money.
Now the left side three for the Tigers is no good. Jalen tries getting that rebound. Monisha comes away with it. Kira up the court quickly. Kira takes it all the way up the court. Now right side three is short. Ball out of bounds. No, we've got a foul on the play. Foul is on Essence Stinnett, her third. Inbound to Brianna. It's inside. Monisha double teamed, puts up the shot, no good.
It's a nice try though in front of 3 Tiger defenders.
All alone layup, score the basket for Armstead. 24 points for Armstead tonight.
Yeah, the Jags had some misassignments there, which created the lane opening for the Tigers to drive through and convert on the 2.
Shot is taken and no good by Asia. The follow-up is a jump ball, which will go back to the Tigers. Starrett with the basketball now. Stinnett with the basketball. Back inside to Armstead, who is called for traveling. Kira with the basketball now. Get it back out. Asia drives down the lane, throws up the shot too hard. The follow-up by Brianna is blocked by Smith.
How Asia was able to get it up and under 2 Tiger defenders there and get the shot off was phenomenal in and of itself, but now they have a second chance opportunity.
Got a foul. And that is the 5th foul on Smith. She has fouled out. Tabri Jones back in the game for the Tigers. Asia at the line. First free throw is good. Makes them both. Armstead up the left side of the court, gets double teamed by the Jags. Fight for the basketball, jump ball, Jag ball.
Now is probably going to be their best opportunity to cut it to under 10, but can they capitalize?
Under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Jags still down 11. They have a lot of time to do this. Asia with the basketball now.
Yeah, you go in an 8-0 run, you're right back in the thick of the game.
Dish up is no good. Jalen with the basketball, throws up the shot, scores the basket, +1.
So now the tough part is done with. Now the more pressure part of the three-point play comes into play with the and one about to take place.
Jalen Outman at the line, trying to convert the three-point play, get the Jags to within 8. No. Kiera comes down with the rebound, but then falls out of bounds, and the ball will go back to the Tigers.
Yeah, after she lost balance, there was not much of an area where she could have dished the ball out to save it for the Jags. Great tenacity, great heart, but just a bad turn of events right there for the Jags.
Jags apply a little bit of pressure and steal the basketball. Brianna drives in, tries throwing up the shot to no avail. And we've got a foul on Jalen Outman. Her second. Jags still applying pressure.
Yeah, and they still have a lot of heart left in this game.
Jones with the basketball. Gets it over to Armstead. Armstead dishes inside. Shot put up. Score the basket.
That right there was just an instance of where height came into play because Asia had her well guarded. It was just the height of the forward that created the 2 points for the Tigers.
And score the basket there for the Jags. Quickly down the court come the Tigers. The dish off, the shot, the basket. And the Tigers want a timeout. 1:49 to go in the ball game, and the Jags still down by 10. Jags will inbound. Under 2 to go in the ball game. They're down 10. By the way, in case you're interested, the #1 team in the country went down in Maui earlier today. Gonzaga beat Duke.
They almost had a scare last night as well.
Yeah.
Or a couple of nights ago with Auburn.
Last night.
Yeah.
Last night. Score the basket for the Jags. They're within 8. Still applying the pressure. But the Tigers throw the ball away. Jaguar basketball. No, they're saying the Jags tipped it, and it's Tiger basketball.
So you have a major upset in Division I. You have a hard-fought battle here.
Armstead with the basketball. She's got 24 points on the night. Gets the ball over to Jones. Jones gets it back to Bostic. Jones drives in, puts up the shot, doesn't go. Follow-up is a tie-up. We're going to have a jump ball that stays with the Tigers. 1:07 to go. Jags are still down 8.
They do have time, but their
Not
time
a
is
lot.
quickly running out.
Yeah. Tigers have a hard time getting it inbounds. Tie up for that basketball. That will be Jags basketball.
But if the Jags do convert on another 2 or 3, you might start to see them foul and try to work it that way as a defensive strategy.
They're going to score. They got to score quickly.
Yep.
Asia tries driving in the lane, throws up the wild shot, no good. Now they'll foul. That will send the Tigers to the line. Ayana Bay will go to the line.
Yeah, because right now the Jags' #1 priority is not only being accurate with shots, but on defense conserving time.
First free throw is too hard. Ends up missing them both. Kiera with the rebound, up the court quickly for the Jags. Not a lot of time, got to score quickly for three. Front of the rim, no good. Follow-up will go to the Tigers. Cameron Wilson checks in for the Jags. Cameron can shoot the three. Jags apply the pressure. Jags will foul. There's the foul. Send Golson to the line.
And that only took about a second off the clock.
Two shots. Jasmine Golson at the line. Makes the first. And does not make the second. Jaguar timeout. 36 seconds to go in the ball game. Jags are down 9.
They're down 9. They've done a pretty good job of conserving time here and just trying to convert on offense. But the thing about it is, when you're in a predicament like this, yes, you want the quicker shot, but you also want the more accurate shot as well, and that's where the Jags are finding trouble getting not only the faster shot, but at the same time finding the most accurate shot on the court. Because remember, this whole game, John, the Tigers' defense has been a stout and stalwart defense for the Jags to have to contend with.
Jag ball, 36 seconds to go in the game. Cameron will inbound. Cameron, Brianna, Jalen, Kiera, and Asia. Kiera with the basketball now. Got to put it up, don't have time. Or drives down the lane, puts up the shot, no good, draws the foul.
Really good job there of controlling the ball through the drive and then creating the contact underneath.
Kiera with a couple of free throws. First one is no good. Second one is good. Jags will probably foul. They can't steal it. There's the foul. Foul's on Asia. That will be her third.
That's her fourth foul.
Nope, sorry, Asia's fourth foul. First free throw is good. Second free throw. Also good. And a Jag timeout. Jags down 10 with 28 seconds to go. Jags will inbound. Kira with the basketball. Got to put it up. Asia for 3. Doesn't get the roll. And they will foul again.
Yeah, Asia had about as good of look at that shot as she's had all night from the three-point range.
Third foul on Brianna. Once again, Tigers at the line. First free throw good. Tigers are 11 of 16 from the field. From the free throw line. Now 12 of 17. Last 20 seconds of the ball game. Tigers will probably back it up a little bit. Shot is taken and no good. Batted up, no good. Out of bounds to the Tigers. So we're not done with the fouls. And now the Tigers want a timeout. Tigers will inbound. Jags now have decided not to foul. And that's going to be your ball game. Jags will fall to 1-3. The Tigers will move to 3-1. Your final score, Benedict 69 and the Jags 57. We take a look at stats from the ball game. Tigers were 25 of 56 from the field for 45%. Jags just 20 of 70 from the field for 29%. Tigers 7 of 21 shooting threes for 33%. Jags 5 of 22 for 23%. As we mentioned, Tigers were 12 of 17 from the line for 71%. Jags were 12 of 19 for 63%. Ayanna Armistead led all scorers with 24 points. Ayanna Bay with 17. Jasmine Goldson had 10. Cameron Bostic with 8. Mahogany Randall with 2. Glory Morton with 2. Octavia Hawkins with 2. Jabri Jones had 2. And Dresa Smith with 2. For the Jags, Jalen Outman led the way with 16 points. Brianna Middleton had 11. Mallory Myers, Kiera Howard, and Cameron Wilson each had 8. Asia Harrison had 3. Sydney Graydon had 2. Kaylin Jackson had 1. So the Jags go to 1-3. Benedict goes to 3-1. In 25 minutes, we get our first look this year at the men. We'll be back.